The university is Slovak Technical University. In Slovak, it's called Slovenská technická univerzita. And the course is applied mechanics and mechatronics. They have other three courses for the English. I guess they have four courses. I chose applied mechanics and mechatronics because just the mechanic things won't work these days. This country has one of the most number of automobile suppliers and automobile companies. These days also their original companies are entering here like Volvo, JLR, and Kia. These countries have a strong connection with German industries and Austria industries and everything. So as working as a whole European Union, they'll be like having a branch either in Slovakia or Czech. My company has branches both in Czech and Slovak, and also it's a German company. So it's interlinked. I know one of my junior who went to UK, and for a year of study he spent more than 30 lakhs.
Yes.
And for 2 years I've spent less than half of what he spent. Even though I've enjoyed a lot, I've traveled a lot. I've at the same time I learned a lot. So I'm working as a design engineer in Brose. I got the job before finishing my degree. I started working 6 months before itself looking for a job. These public universities are a different kind, in a different league. My department professor, he works on government projects. He has link with the ministry. He works on, he is asked advices from various companies, and he can even, in case if you are doing well, he can even suggest to the HR. They are in high league. And also these guys, just by doing PhD, they are not professor. They have to work again and again, and they have research papers for and all these details for at least a few decades of everything. Actually, they'll conduct the whole day event for looking for people. You'll go there, talk with the HR, talk with some technical assistant, and to know what the company want, and you can prepare with themselves. And in case some of the high level professors are directly connected to the company, it's unlike India. You need not to work on Saturdays and Sundays or just 8 hours a day, and it's 40 hours a week.
Wow.
That's it. The work time culture, just 40 hours a week.
Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. In our channel, we have been creating a lot of awareness through a lot of our students whom we had sent to Europe and currently successfully working there in line with the same ideology. Today, we are going to interview our student Bala Venkatesh, who went to Slovakia and currently working in Slovakia. Bala, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to express myself about the experience what I had so far past these years. And yeah, I've complete. So what's the question now?
So now, you can introduce yourself first to our audience.
Yeah, sure. Hello, this is Bala Venkatesh, and I've completed my bachelor's in India as a mechanical engineer because it was pre-COVID, and during at the time of COVID, before COVID actually, I wanted to study in Europe, and I approached European Study Center, and they gave me this what to say a kind of list or opportunities where I can pick the universities. So I opted for a Slovak Technical University for my masters, and post COVID I joined here, and so I started my postgraduate with applied mechanics and mechatronics, and during the time of final year, it's a 2-year course, so at the time of final year, I got a job, and immediately after getting my degree, so I ended up in an automobile company called Brose. So these automobile suppliers do work all over the world. So yet I'm working here, and yeah.
Excellent.
On the same company for past 2 years.
A short introduction, but a very impactful and a successful introduction. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, sure.
So when did you had the thought process of, I think bachelor alone is not enough, I have to do my master's? When did this thought process come into you actually?
So I was there in my starting of my final year during bachelor's. So I had one of my senior who was about to study in foreign. So like who wanted to study masters in Europe or Italy or somewhere else.
Okay.
So he was like, it's a whole long process. So he was waiting for on hold here, and he had all these things, and he finally got into a University of Milano. And I think he told like he gave me advice, guys, if you want to go for masters, like just work for a year and then opt for masters. So I was like, okay, then I'm going for masters. I took the second word. But later, I started working immediately after masters also, sorry, bachelor's also. I completed in April and started working in May, like within a week. And then during working itself, I had in back of the mind, so I have to do these things and have to go for masters. So that's the point. So I was
Super.
approaching various places and ended up in the place.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Because especially core engineers, when we study in a private institutions back home in India, we need to top it
Yes,
up with a master degree. I don't think it's even by a
yes,
choice.
yes,
It's by
yes.
default. We need to do it because a lot of people, they don't get to the bottom of mechanical engineering and learn everything. Instead, they just sit and complain mechanical engineering and shift to management or
Yeah,
IT, etc., which I
yes,
completely
yes,
would
exactly.
love to differ. So once you decided masters, you were looking at a lot of
Mhm.
options, or your mind was only into Europe.
No, like my idea was to get into some place where more kind of research and the stuff, the R&D stuff takes place. So I was looking for that. For example, South Korea and Europe and in case Japan and those things. And
Okay.
when I came to know that the working culture of the Eastern countries, the people work at least 14 hours per day. I was frightened about it.
14?
Literally, I was frightened. 14 hours, like minimum people work for 14 hours in South Korea, and Japan.
My
People heard of rumors about it, and like 12 hours is minimum. Like people like work their stuff like it's. So it kind of frightened me, and I saw a lot of YouTube videos and about this. So okay, Europe is the best part because also there is an opportunity, like we have Schengen visa, we can travel a lot, and
smart.
quite I want to have both side of cake at the same time. So
Why not?
they
When you have it, exactly, when it's on the table, why don't you grab it with both of your hands? On top of
yes,
it, the South Korea, Japan, the problem here is medium of instruction is not in English. And they don't give a
yes.
master degree or anything. It's only a diploma kind of a thing. It's still evolving. So that's why,
Mm-hmm.
we don't promote it basically. And also,
Okay, okay, okay.
European countries, yeah, European countries, they give you a big advantage, right? Spending less and learning more. Your own friends, they would have spent 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs for their masters and still sitting and recovering, if at all they can.
Yeah.
So how did that, do you accept with this ideology right now? Spending less and learning more.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I know one of my junior who went to UK, and for a year of study, he spent more than 30 lakhs.
Yes.
And for 2 years, I've spent less than half of what he spent. Like, even though I've enjoyed a lot, like, I've traveled a lot. At the same time, I learned a lot. I had an opportunity to meet various culture people from various culture and their knowledge. They share a lot here. People from
Exactly.
Egypt, people from
Wow.
Kenya, people from Turkey, people from everywhere. Like people come here to study. They have this Erasmus, something like Erasmus program, and even though we did, in case we didn't opt for Erasmus, those people come here, and
Yeah.
we have an opportunity to study with them, and it's a quite a time. You'll also enjoy at the same time. You'll also learn something more.
Absolutely, Bala. This is what I tell to all the young minds coming to my office, same like how we told you for the past 16 plus years.
Yeah,
Life is once, man. You have to pack your bags, travel, and explore the world. Without which,
exactly.
just being in a confined place. Of course, when your family
And
is
also in an opportunity as a student is furthermore, we have
exactly
the student card and can go everywhere, and you have
so
an
much,
place to go there.
so much. Bala, just on a
Yes.
lighter note, I get a lot of people coming to my office when they become 31, 32, they bring their younger brothers or their brother-in-laws to our office. Sir, I came to your office, but I missed the opportunity because here there is a lot of problems, Bala. The YouTube opinions, okay, the uncle auntie
Yes, exactly.
opinions, the neighbor opinion, and some so-called XYZ friends. Okay, if his friend has gone abroad and succeeded, he will also say, good, come. But if he did not succeed, he starts to demotivate other people to getting inside Europe, basically, which I feel there is no logic.
Yeah. If the people didn't get succeed, you have to know what they have done actually. If
exactly.
the same amount of the time you enjoy, you have to work your you have to do something for it to get that degree. I've spent like a continuous row of 50 hours without sleeping for my project. So this at the same time, I've spent 50 hours without sleeping, and traveling and enjoying. So you have to do the both to balance everything, because ultimately you've come here to study, get a job, get a degree, and get a job. This enjoyment is, it's like on the way. For example, if you're going on a highway a long time, it's like a tea break. You get a small tea break,
Pit stop.
and you should know when to start your ride. If you take a break, you should know when to start your ride. So enjoy, and you come back to your come back to your path and start in the highway. So that's the thing. You have to do both, because here you don't have like people like saying like learn this, learn that, learn. No, it's in your hand. Like you have to behave like an adult. Like the school behavior, you should throw that in India and come to behave like an adult here.
Adult here, wonderful. And see, as you rightly said, it's all about striking a balance and to share your experiences and your life journey, so that all the brothers and sisters and parents watching this show, they are ready, mentally before they land into Europe. So then, you choose. So one more time, which university you did your masters, and what was the title of your master program?
The university is Slovak Technical University. In Slovak, it's called Slovenská technická univerzita, and the course is applied mechanics and mechatronics. They have other 3 courses for the English. Like I guess they have 4 courses. I chose like applied mechanics and mechatronics because just the mechanic things won't work these days. This course also contains some syllabus, which is cybernetics and all those information things. It makes sense because of the cars. For example, the cars and all the machines are getting smarter. So you have to be more smarter than the machines to get, be alive. So
wonderful.
That's why I chose this course. And
also, Bala, I told you my first ideology, which is spend less, learn more, which you also accepted graciously. The second, my concept of running this abroad education is placing students only into the number 1, number 2 public university in that country. For instance, Bala studied in the number 1 university in that particular country. That adds a lot of mileage,
exactly.
Right? Study-wise, career-wise. What is your opinion?
Yeah, it makes sense because when you go outside, for example, I travel within the country, and people ask me like, "What do you do here?" And if you say you study in STU, you study there, and I guess the courses are difficult. How do you like? Yeah, we have to study, something like, because people believe people have quite a respect to if you have an engineering degree here. Like you'll have your, for example, you have ing engineer as a prefix before your name here when you finish it. So they say like when you see your ID card, they're like, okay, you're engineer. Like you'll have and not to say like I am not meaning like you'll be respected, like not like that, but they'll be like, okay, he's a literated person, like that's like because even like they'll be like, oh, you come here and study, that's good, like that's what their opinion is.
And for easier understanding of the general audience who are watching this interview, Bala studied in the IIT of Slovakia. Maybe people will understand
something like that.
Number 1 public university. Even though it is off topic, Bala, I would like to ask you, other than Europe Study Center, no other companies, whether they promote US or Australia or UK or Canada, they don't promote the number 1 public university in that country. Can you guess why? For example,
Maybe.
a UK promoting agent will not promote Oxford or
Okay.
Cambridge, even though they are eligible.
Yes.
They will
Yeah,
not
yeah,
promote
yeah.
it. Any guess why?
Maybe they're getting paid for it. Or
No,
I
they
don't know.
don't get paid for it.
Okay. Okay.
the top
Okay.
the top universities, naya paisa commission they will not pay, so they don't
Yeah,
promote
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like because
Super.
they don't promote because they are not getting paid from the bigger university.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. So what is happening right now
They
is,
don't
brother,
pay like.
they are
Mhm.
digging the university's ranking deeper and deeper, because the lower you
Okay.
go, the commission becomes
Mm-hmm.
20%, 25%, 30% of the tuition fees you pay.
Yes, yeah, we believe like foreign university, and we are going to study in Canada, UK, and the universities are like some upma maybe.
Exactly. The
But
lower level.
these
So
public
the
universities are a different kind in a different league because these my professor or my maybe like my department professor, he works on government projects. He
super.
has link with the ministry. He works he is asked advices from various companies, and he can even, in case if you are doing well, he can even suggest to the HR. Like they are in high league. And also like these guys, just by doing PhD, they are not professor. They have to work again and again, and they have research papers for and all these details for at least a few decades of everything.
Wonderful, right? Bala, I would like to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm.
we have professors like you had during your
Uh-huh.
masters, okay, back home in
Okay,
India,
okay.
I will not send
Mhm.
a single student to study in Europe.
Yeah,
Single student I
exactly.
will not send. Why should I send?
In bachelor's,
Bachelors or
yes, yeah,
masters, why should I send?
yes, yes,
Only when that
exactly.
is not there, we do this. That's why I always tell my audience, European
Mm-hmm.
professors, they work part-time at the university, full-time at the
Yes, yes,
industries, bridging the industry requirements and the study requirements together. Both goes hand in
mm-hmm.
hand. Here, professor or the lecturer goes with the student in the same college bus and comes back in the same college bus.
Yeah, and
Back
also
home in India.
he's so busy. Like you have to mail him to meet him. Like
Yes.
he'll be somewhere. Sometimes he'll be in Berlin, like universities. He'll go across the Europe for the meetings and for the some kind of what to say, some kind of meetings. What they have within the professors. I don't remember exactly before you were saying for some projects maybe.
Yeah.
And in India, we don't see that they I don't want to blame people, but the system, I guess so. Like,
No, no. See, the reality is reality. I tell this openly.
mhm.
The institution should be non-commercial. If the
Yes,
institution is
exactly.
focusing on making money, quality education is a joke, brother. Okay, you can sit and
Yes,
dream of
exactly.
quality education. It's not going to happen. I have no problem in telling this in social media. But when the institution's focus is not making money, okay, then we get high quality education. For example, the institution where you studied, okay, and as
Mhm.
you know, from last year or this year, I guess, they have waived off the tuition fees.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like the tuition
They
fees
have,
is not like completely free, and the only thing is you have to finish the degree within 2 years. Like that, that's in your hand. They'll give
then
you all. They'll give you all kind of opportunities. All because in as Indians we expect only opportunity. We just if you get the opportunity, just make use of it. That's the
exactly.
point.
That's what, Bala. When whatever we told you, we tell the same to others. Sit and study.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't go to
Yeah.
this restaurant jobs, this job, and get misguided. Some kids can still balance. I'm not telling no, but
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
keep things simple. Stick to basics. You're going to be super successful. My next question is,
Yes.
Bala.
Yes. Yes.
There would be a astronomical change in the education system compared to your bachelor's, compared to your master's. So, how did you adapt and become successful in this entire process?
First 2 3 months it would be difficult because there will be no one to say ask you to study 2 marks 5 marks and not 5 marks we have 13 marks I guess in bachelor's, they're like yeah, entering into like during my bachelor's it was horrible. We had daily test. Apart from internals, if you get low marks you have to sit in the evening for the special class and study and write. And oh my god, like it was like almost a school, and entering here into a real college, from from school, like you'll feel that here. first, because you'll be spoon feeded every time. You will be not treated as adult. You'll be like have to formal shoes, formal dress, everything will be there. But here it's nothing. People don't ask you anything. They'll just you have to do this, and they'll give you a hint of what to do. And they are always ready to answer for your doubts and everything. That's fine. But you have to do your work. Even project, you don't have you can get help from anybody, but you they'll not do your project. And these things like take 1 or 2 months, and after a certain point you'll realize you'll come to know what you have to do. That's the instinct. You'll like that's far better than being spoon feeded, I guess. So that's why I ended up in a good job. Like, or else it will be a difficult problem.
Should be really, really challenging, and no pain,
Yeah.
no gain. So you go through this
Yes,
grind,
exactly.
self-realization, self-learning, talking
Yes.
to others, clarifying our doubts, throwing all our
Yes,
shyness and ego
exactly.
back home. You know, moving towards the future learning. This is what is the whole objective of you know
And also, like, if when you the problem is we'll not read the whole book or whole content in India. Just mark driven, like score driven. Like, you like 2 marks, okay, study this. 13 marks, okay, the pages, 2 3 pages, a diagram and a certain points. That's it. So here you do is come up with the idea, present it, and get your scores, something like that. And they're also for like there will also be this kind of formal tests and exams at the end of semester or something like that. But even then, that would be like triggering your brain, not this kind of like you'll not like memorize and everything. You can't do that here.
no 44 pages, right?
No, nothing. 44 pages, 2 3 questions, and you have to write. That's completely for each question, 2 3 pages. You have to derive something new. For example, given a mechanism, you'll derive your own formula that is taught. He will not be saying like this is 13 mark important question. You have to mark. No, that's not the case here. You'll be should be on the right time, and everything is like it's on your own. But they'll if you have a doubt and anytime you can approach them. That's the point. That's the real doubt, and you study, you get you get the knowledge. Actually, that's the point I want to know.
Yeah, just imagine, Bala. Let's assume, okay, I may be wrong also on this number. 4 lakh engineers passing out from Tamil Nadu every year, for example, for maybe 3 lakhs, whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine these 3
Okay.
lakhs children, getting high quality education like how you got it at your PG level. Look at our state itself, where we would be. Imagine, just for me to think of it, it's an amazing feeling. But what happens here on the extreme opposite side, after many students I have seen after bachelors in India, especially when study in commercial institutions,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to study anything further. They hate studies. That situation has come.
Yes, exactly. Because on paper, when we talk about all this university syllabus and everything, we also have a good content. But at the time of delivery, when it passes various persons, and at the time of delivery to the people in the name of marks and the name of all this kind of mark driven academic situation, uh, it is delivered in a different way. It's not proper. The content is not delivered properly. That's the thing. For example, sometimes even after studying for 4 years, people doesn't know tensile force and compressive difference between the tensile force and the compressive force, and like, it's horrible. Like, so the kind of delivery is the different thing we have to see here, actually. Yeah.
Exactly. And the third ideology, which I always tell people, which you can also comment on, believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. This is what I've been telling youngsters
Mm-hmm.
for the past
Yes,
16 years.
exactly.
What is your opinion
Yeah.
on this particular ideology of Europe Study Center? Meaning, this is what we follow.
Yeah, that's more important. It's like if you have enough enough knowledge or enough skills, the companies are ready to hire you at any cost, because they want people. They want people. Uh, it's like we are searching for a bike or a car with good mileage and with good performance. So you just put, you need not to have, market it like with spending crores and crores of money on marketing those products. You just put it on the display saying it has good performance, and just word of mouth it passes and people start buying it. That's how it should be. You should perform well and with better skills, and there will be people to hire you. You have to just go in search of jobs in online. That's it. You need not to go there directly speak with people. You just put your resume, they'll hire you, or they'll call you for your with your resume itself.
Exactly. Even though Bala, majority of our students are employed, whether whichever country which we send, but we don't tell the
Mhm.
parent or the student your job is confirmed, this is confirmed. Because even 3 days before, I had a call from the father, sir, your team explained
Mhm.
everything, sir. But is the job assured? You are assuring me
Yeah.
my children job, right? So like, sir, I just facilitate your
Job is
admission and
assured by your
visa.
son.
Yeah, your son, you should ask your son. And then he said, I
Exactly.
don't blame the student or parent here, Bala. Whichever agent consultancy he went, they promised, sir, your son 100% employed, sir. Our responsibility. By the time he lands in that country, he will not even attend his phone or email.
Yes,
Because this
exactly,
is how people
exactly.
are getting misguided, which I wanted to quote here. Getting job is in the hands of the students, but you develop your skill set. As Bala said, the doors of opportunities will open. So during your
Yes,
masters, Bala,
exactly.
which were all your favorite subjects?
It's been 2 years. I don't remember much, but I could say I could say like dynamics of machines.
Okay.
I remember a lot, and fatigue. That's one of the important topic in every aspect, because it calculates the whole lifetime of a product. And
Super.
there are various. It's one of the difficult subjects, but at the same time, it's more interesting. And also there are mechanics of solids, and and we had this CATIA courses and ANSYS courses over the time. So all these subjects, basically the course itself, it's interesting for me. That's why.
Yeah, you literally listed out all the subjects basically. And also, I believe next to qualified professors, the next key
Hmm.
ingredient for a top public university is industrial connection. That is why our country's
Yes.
IIT is also so special. How strongly
Hmm.
the university that you studied had industrial connections?
So basically, they'll come once or twice a year to the university to looking for talents.
Okay.
Actually, they'll conduct the whole day event for looking for people. You'll go there, talk with the HR, talk with some technical assistant, and to know what the company want, and you can prepare with themselves. And in case some of the high level professors are directly connected to the company, in case of any problem, they'll approach, or any doubt, or any for example, there is a huge bridge in the capital city of Bratislava, in Slovakia. It was there was some, I don't remember. The professor was talking about it. They had a problem from the ministry, so they approached this our professor over there. It's something like that. So not every professor is connected to it, but the high level professor who was working for so long time would definitely have a link with the company. So he would take us for this company visit by himself, because we went to this one of the top 10, I guess. They come to the top 10 automotive supplier called Adian. We went there
Okay.
for a whole day.
Wow.
They're the guys know our professor. He went there. Hi, he was lecturing. Hi guys, how are you? Like, we're just talking, and
Amazing,
like
amazing.
we spent there. Yeah,
Super. That's what is important, right? Super professors, good industrial
yeah.
connection, and the university is not looking at your father's money, to run the
Yes, yes,
university. The
exactly.
money comes from all sides, from the government, from the industries, from research projects.
Yes,
During your study time, they used to collect little amount of money from you also as tuition fees. But even now, in this current year, even that is waived off. I feel,
they see
brother,
it as an investment actually.
exactly. Exactly.
The students are
Whereas,
investments. They come out, they pay tax, and they do different innovations that help the country to grow. Like it's kind of different kind of
and it's a win-win situation, right? We also learn,
win-win
we also
situation.
grow, the country also grows. Whereas, if you look at UK, US, Canada, Australia, they charge 5 times more fees compared to the local citizens, which is, I feel, it's like a daylight robbery, which our kids don't understand.
They tasted the blood actually.
Exactly.
Previously, it would have been
Lifelong,
like
they
this, and later the amount of students come, the amount of population come there, and there is a demand, and the demand is filled by something else.
exactly. And many of my students, Bala, after studying in Slovak, Czech, or Germany, many go to work to these countries, UK and Ireland. That's
Yeah,
perfectly fine. But we need to look at
yeah,
what is that we invest, skill development, all these parameters. So I should have asked this question before, but I would like to ask you now. Uh,
okay.
did people ask you, why Slovakia? I have never heard about this particular country. Why are you going there? There are plenty of other countries. Did somebody ask you like this when you choose Slovakia as your study destination?
Yeah. Because many people know the country as Czechoslovakia, and they didn't know it
Okay.
was separated in during some 1993, and all those histories I know before itself. So that's the point is, these countries have a strong connection with German industries and Austria industries and everything. So as working as a whole European Union, they'll be like having a branch either in Slovakia or Czech. My company has branches both in Czech and Slovak, and also it's a German company. So like it's interlinked. Like for example, a company might have a headquarters in Mumbai, also have a branch in Chennai and Bangalore, and also
Exactly.
it's like a state driven. Like they just travel by road, and even my managers and managers are from German, and some of the colleagues are from Czech, and it happens like people travel here, go here and there, and work together. So all these
Yeah.
things, you have to ask people maybe like before going, and most of the time, like I would prefer studying in a capital city of any country. You could know all this information quite before itself. Like you'll talk with many people. So I came to know all these things after coming here. Maybe before coming there, I know that it's one of the most automobile manufacturers. Like this country has one of the most number of automobile suppliers and automobile companies. These days, also their original companies are entering here, like Volvo, JLR, and Kia. Kia is starting, and BYD is going to start in next year, I guess. So
Wonderful. That's why, when some people say, Slovakia, why should I go there? I say, you don't have to go. First of all, do the research, then comment. Or else
yeah,
just go to
exactly.
UK, spend your 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, throw the money there. Who is stopping you? Who is stopping you,
And
brothers
it's
and
also
sisters?
already overcrowded on those countries and
Brother, our people will not change. Okay. And even if everybody changes, there are no seats in Slovakia or European countries in general. Everything is limited, everything is measured. Okay. So
you with kind of interview and everything. So they limit you, like
seats
because the
seats
amount
are
of
also
fund they
limited.
spend, the amount of people they hire. That's
Exactly. No, the seats are also limited. The visa slots are
yeah,
also limited. Everything is limited.
limited.
Whereas, the entire country of Slovakia, they don't recruit more than 150 to 200 students at the max, brother. Okay. Whereas
Yes,
one
exactly.
university in UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Canada recruits thousands of students from India. Then imagine the implication and complications, and multiply it by 300, 400 universities in that country. Oh my God. Okay. Wonderful. So then, now talking about your professional life. So when did you finish your studies, and when did you get your first job? Which company? What designation? Talk us through about this process.
Okay, I started my study in 21. So obviously
Okay.
I have to finished it. My last exam was like 2023 May. But I got the job before finishing my degree.
It's like a dream,
Fortunately,
right? Sorry to
yeah, it's
interrupt. It's
like
like
yeah.
a dream,
I was
right?
just yeah. I started because I started working 6 months before itself, looking for a job.
Super, super, super.
Just before, maybe in 22 December, maybe I would have started looking for a job actually. And like you talk to people, and all my friends who were there, they were also talking to people, and we were discussing together what to do and next. And that's why I got job before itself. When you start looking after finishing the degree and enjoying for 2 months, then it takes some time. Like it should be like just before, and finish it off before, and you'll be secure. That's I completed on June 23, and then waiting 1 or 2 months. I was waiting for the visa process and everything, and then I got into the job, and yet I'm working here. Yeah.
So which company and what designation you're working right
So I'm working as a design engineer in Brose.
now? Okay. Even for
Brose.
example, in other countries, even if you get a job, if the company is ready to hire you, there are hell a lot of formalities to be completed.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
like in the case of European Schengen countries. Whereas in the US, you have to go through some lottery system. And UK, there is a whole lot of
Mm-hmm.
procedures. Even if the student is employed, after their post-study work permit, majority of the students are sent back to their country. The company is not ready to
Mm-hmm.
hire them and convert their student visa to, a work visa. Plenty of other
Uh-huh.
complications. That's why I don't promote any other countries other than European Schengen countries, basically. So
Okay. Okay.
typically, you said you are a design engineer. So what sort of activities you do in your organization? Meaning, what sort of roles you perform?
What sort of roles? Yeah. Basically, I work on. No, I can't say everything in detail, but I'll
No,
give you a basic picture of what.
whatever you can say. That's it.
Yeah, sure. On the paper, like yeah. Basically the company is were working on window regulators, or the car windows, doors, and tailgate modules, and the seats, and drive motors, and cycle, and like cyclist battery cycle, so batteries and motors for the cycle. So I work in a department of window regulators and door drives. So where there is this a new when a new project arrives, I work on whole product from the scratch. Uh, we are one of the market leaders. From like we have 30% share on these window regulators and door modules in the whole market, and we work on almost from the scratch actually. The project is welcome. Like for example, everybody, each part, we have each group, and we work on drawings and parts, and from the prototype building to a whole part. Yeah, that's the basic picture I can.
Say, for example, like for which all car brands do you manufacture these glass windows?
From I guess from Tata to McLaren, everything.
Wow, everything. Excellent. It would be really interesting,
Yeah,
right? To take the
yeah,
project from the scratch or like from the baby level and build everything and, deliver it. It's an amazing feeling, right?
yeah. They it's almost going to be 100 years, I guess, for the company. It's like they started at
Wow,
1925 or something.
excellent.
So they work. Yeah,
And it's
they
just my
have a
guess.
huge history.
The way
Hmm.
you express itself, I feel like, you're really enjoying what you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Because I see a lot of my own friends, brother. They don't enjoy what they do.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Friday evening comes, they fear about Monday. And when Monday comes, they think about Friday. This is what is happening
Yeah.
currently in our country with majority of the people. Let them touch their heart
Uh-huh.
and say, I love my job. I'm sure 75-80% will not say. And what
Yeah,
is
but like
the whole purpose of life is lost, right? When you do something,
yes,
all your
exactly.
life without liking it. I feel I cannot I cannot do this. 16 years I've been
Sometimes.
talking to.
Sometimes you have to like for the life for running the life the people work. So that
Yeah,
in that case we can't like,
no,
but
no. I mean to say,
for me it's like I was fortunate like to come here and work and everything. I guess like because of my parents and everything, and also coming to right place. No?
that is what I'm telling, brother. When your families can afford this 10 to lakhs for your
Yes,
masters, you
exactly.
are also interested to study. Okay, grab this opportunity. That is what I'm, trying to say. There are plenty of other families where they cannot afford this. Let them,
Mm-hmm.
whatever possible they try to do and come up in life. But when you have such opportunities, you can grab. And I feel nobody, no youngster or any professional in this world they should love their job. I feel it's good for them, their society, their family, and overall the country. I feel it's excellent. Okay.
Yeah, that's the point. I guess it's unlike India. You need not to work on Saturdays and Sundays or like just 8 hours a day, and it's like 40 hours a week.
Wow.
That's it. Like the work time culture, like just 40 hours a week you have to work, and if you work more, you can take off. And it's like on Friday, it's just 9 to 1. You have to be in their office, but you have to come have this target of 40 hours a week. So if you've completed, you can take off. And it depends on project. Sometimes if you're so busy, you can't leave. But if you have time, you can take off.
Yeah, it
That's
depends
the
on the
thing.
situation, right?
The work life balance is unimaginable. Like I talk to people like in India, and I'm frightened to come back to India sometimes when I hear like people are working for 16 hours and
see why we talk
obviously.
about these. Yeah, why we talk about these points, brother? If some decision-making people are watching this interview, okay, they can
Yes,
make this as
exactly.
a
Like,
rule in our
it
country.
might help them actually. Yeah,
This is the whole
exactly.
agenda of this interview. La. We spread positivity.
Yeah.
We ask kids to sit and study, focus and study, look at skill development. That is what we have been doing
Exactly.
in these interviews.
Because these kind of working culture would have a better output than having working for several hours. The quality of I could remember myself. The quality of work for me is increasing like for every project. You could know that. You
Yeah,
could know that by
excluding.
yourself. Like, yeah, you don't have this external pressure in you. Like, you go there, you work, do your work, and come back. That's it. All this,
Yeah.
like working for 12 hours, managers come. All this I hear, all these things I hear from people in India. Like, well, my friends who say like, it's difficult work. I want to come there, and like, I told like you should have come with
Done it
me. I
long back.
guess 2 years.
See,
Then
we
it's like,
always we always live in the state of, cha, I should have known this. Cha, I should have done this. Many people in the
yes,
comment
yes.
section they write, sir, if I had known this during my undergraduation, I would have gone there at that time itself. All the time we sit and repent, but
Yes, yes. Even
taking
I thought that
actions.
actually.
Yeah, even
During the
but
masters, when I came, I thought I should have come here after 12th.
but people, Bala, spend 7 lakhs plus
Mm.
capitation plus bus fees
Yes,
plus mess
exactly.
fees and study in Chennai right now. 7 lakhs tuition fees. People are paying. This is what is the tuition fees that
And
they
it's
spend for
not
a bachelor's in India.
it's not that costly here, I guess. Yeah.
Bala, this European education always, installs a quality of lifelong learning for us to be on the top of our game when it comes to technology. So kindly talk to us about that.
Yeah, the first point for this all this lifelong learning, you'll be like you learn it alone. Like alone it means not alone. Like you'll be learning by yourself. So when you learn yourself, you discover something new. For example, all these technologies and like all this not just like technology is a common word, but for example, I learned application called LabVIEW, which was new for me. But even though they teach in India, it was like kind of in different way they teach you. They teach you from an practical solution, uh, and yeah, like you'll keep on learning. This life learning here, it's like you keep on learning. You'll be on your the first point is you'll be on yourself. Like the little point of you standing on your own leg. That's
Yes.
the life learning of like if you know the point is you should know how to learn. Well, the study, all the courses and studies, should teach us how should learn or how should grab knowledge from something new. So if you know that, you start to know everything. Go on step by step. For example, all this application, all this creating new application or studying new technologies. So there is plenty of things like maybe around you, but the idea I got here is how to learn. So even if anything new comes, I'll start to learn now. For example, these days prompt engineering for this AI is becoming a new trend. So I'll go now for that. And the idea of getting these things is more important than to know new technology. the art of learning. So that's what I learned here for my life lesson is.
Wonderful.
Actually.
Because the foundation is set. When you study in a university like STU at the PG level, the foundation is set. So on top of it, you can build or replace whatever you want because the foundation is strong. That's the wonderful part. So second last question. So how happy your parents are, especially your father was so involved in the process. I still remember, he was so meticulous, and of course, his child, and he will be eager to take things forward. So how happy he is right now that his son is working?
He's very happy. Like he's very happy. He quit his job. He's in India now.
Oh, wonderful, man. So you are giving him an early retirement or whatever, but
at the time of
he should be really happy, right? Looking at you go.
Yeah, he's happy. Like he's happy.
Excellent.
He's happy. Like he came here and he spent for we spent 30 days over all Europe. We went to Paris.
Wow.
All over like I took from I put a map and we came from Paris to Slovakia actually throughout the way.
Yeah, of course. You would have taken him to other countries for sure.
Yeah.
Bratislava. What did he say about Bratislava?
Yeah, he said it's quite a nice place. We spent a whole night over there. And right now I'm in different city called Pruvitsa. He was also here for a week. So
for a week.
And everything was like he liked it a very lot. A quiet place and everything was cool and like good.
Super wonderful. Very happy. It's like a holistic victory. The parents are happy.
Exactly.
The university is happy, and we as a people who sent you there, we are super happy. And on top of all these things, you are happy. This is how I feel it should be. Just to be very open with you, Bala. That is why I don't send a single student to this UK, Australia, or New Zealand, or Canada. The money wise, it's a lot, but satisfaction wise, zero.
Yeah.
And we used to, then when we meet people, they used to say, sir, I'm still paying my 80 lakhs education loan, 70 lakhs education loan interest component alone is 1 lakh. For me, it's so frightening. So these sort of interviews, what we tell people is be smart, especially Bala.
Exactly.
In the current geopolitical situation, how do you even spend all these millions? Why sell your ancestral properties and go abroad? Beyond this,
that's a point actually. You need not to like spend your whole savings and do something like that doesn't give it back. You'll end up you'll have a loan in India and you think you go abroad and complete that loan, but you'll also have a loan in abroad. It comes twice.
But தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா இவங்களெல்லாம் மாத்தவே முடியாது. மாத்துறது நம்ம வேலையும் இல்ல. We spread this message. You are smart enough. Understand. Be smart. Spend less. Learn more. Wonderful. Before we sum up this beautiful interview, any last few points you would like to tell our audience before we sum up this interview?
Yeah, maybe like I would say if you want to go abroad, you might have this feeling you have to be alone and like all these things, you're away from home and everything. But at the end, if you succeed, all these things just fades away. Because when you succeed, everybody will be happy, and you go back home after that. You'll have a different kind of confidence, when you go back home and you meet people, and everybody would see you with a good smile and everything. So that's the thing. You won't feel much. Actually, you will feel much better than before if you succeed something. Exactly. So have that confidence, and all the best for people who choose further for their studies.
Yes, Bala. End of the day, it's all about victory, right? You have to somehow touch the finishing line. That's when the world recognizes you. Until that time, you can keep walking, you can keep talking, and you can keep running. Nothing matters until you touch the finishing line. So wonderful, great talking to you, and you have given us your time on a weekend, on your holiday.
Yeah, sure. And, it's my pleasure. It's not a big deal. Like
thank you. Because this interview,
share the knowledge is always sharing knowledge is always more important. Yeah.
Super. Because in this interview, we don't speak about Europe Study Center. We did this, we did that. Nothing. It's about Bala. Your journey, your transformation, and even if this inspires few young minds, I'm sure Bala will be super happy, and that is the objective of this particular, episode. So
Yeah, sure.
thank you so much for your time, and convey our
Mhm.
best regards to your family members also. And
Sure, sure. Thank you.
if most likely I'll be making a visit to Bratislava, and we will catch up for a coffee very soon whenever
Yeah,
you open.
sure. We'll go for a hiking maybe here. It's a
Sure.
quite good place over there. Yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
Bye.
Wonderful. Sure. 100%. Thank you.
Yeah,
Take
sure.
care.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.